Hey guys, I hope you're all doing great. Welcome to today's video in which we are talking glam for the holiday season. Now, you may or may not have noticed that I'm a little bit of a colour phobe. I can't help it. 9 times out of 10, you will find me with a neutral, nude, brown, pink, possibly purple if I'm feeling brave, eyeshadow. But there's one time of year that I will definitely be pulling out the colour, and that's Christmas. So if you are a little bit scared of colour, if you like to play it safe 99% of the time like I do, then this video is for you. Look, if there's any time where anything goes, it's Christmas. You can lather yourself in glitter, you can go out with Naughty's blue eyeshadow on, and it won't matter because no one's gonna notice and you will look fabulous. So I thought that it might be fun today to put together a look that can actually be used not just at Christmas, but also at New Year also. But before we get into the makeup, I just wanted to let you know that I do post videos like this on a weekly basis. So if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, then please do consider subscribing to the channel because I would love to have you here. So if you're interested in how I created this makeup look for the holiday season, then please do keep on watching. So as I said in the intro, I wanted this to be kind of a Christmas glam slash New Year glam. So I am not going to be doing a red lip look today. I do know that that's the traditional Christmas kind of look, but if you were hoping for red lip, I am going to be doing a full video dedicated to that next week, so keep an eye out for that. Today, I wanted to just do a really achievable glam look. The reason that I wanted to do this is I am not amazing with makeup. I go online and I see all these amazing makeup artists doing the makeup and I think, oh, I wish I was as confident as you. I wish I wasn't such a colour phobe, but I am. I mean, I just have to face facts. I'm boring. I am boring in the things that I like. So it might surprise you that today we are not using a nude or a pink on the eye today, but we are using, it is the most divine eyeshadow you will ever come across, and it kind of brought me out of my comfort zone a little bit. And it's a Pat McGrath shadow, and it's basically what the whole look is going to be based on, which is Moonlit Seduction. This is how it looks. I mean, come on, it's just stunning. And I'm sure that you can tell which one we're going to be basing our look on today. This beauty right here. Honestly, I can't even explain to you how unbelievable this colour is. It's not a duochrome, it's like a multi-chrome. It's such a special shadow. Let me just swatch it on my hand. I mean, it kind of has a metallic, pink, red, mauve, blue, and it looks incredible on the eye for any party look, any glam look, and I would really like to show it to you today. And the beauty of this shade is that you don't need to be using a ton of transition and crease shades to make it pop, because it kind of does it on its own. Now, when I was deciding on a look to do, I kind of thought that I should include some of the Bijou Brilliance, which is this. I do have a separate video on this. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a few of the mattes from this pan. If you've seen the video, you'll know that I said I loved this palette because of the really lovely transition shades, the mattes that are in there. And if you look at the Moonlit Seduction, I mean, this would be a good transition, but it's still really dark. I'm going to take a transition out of this and we're going to pair it with this, and that will make our eye look. If I can do this, you can do this, so stick with it. So this is a look to go out on your Christmas party, Christmas night out, family gathering, whatever, and we want it to last. I don't ordinarily use a primer. I usually just use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, good to go. I've already got that on my face, but today I'm going to be using a little bit of the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I'm just going to use that in my T-zone. I'm literally going to just put it in my problematic areas, so that would be my nose, of course, just where I have like really significant pores, so in this area, and just here. Talking about Pat McGrath, if you were considering investing in a Pat McGrath palette, I would say that would be the one to go for, because you can create kind of any look out of that palette. I wish it did have a lighter transition shade, but it's still really good. So we want to give the Poreless Putty a little bit of time to work in. I also want to use the Hollywood Flawless filter for a bit of glow today. So I'm going to apply that, as I usually do, to the outer perimeters of my face. I'm going to let those work into the skin while we do our eyes. We have to do eyes first today. Oh my gosh, it's imperative. Why? Because the shimmers that we are using today, the fallout. Yeah, it's not even funny. So you don't want to be doing all of your base before you do your eyeshadow. No way. Pat McGrath, rule number 1, do the eyes first. So I've prepped my eyes already with the Thank Me Later eye primer. It's actually quite good. It's by Elizabeth Mott. You get it on Amazon. And obviously I've done my brows first because who cares about my brows? Because they're rubbish. So I'm going into this palette, the Bijou Brilliant, and I'm taking this shade here, and we're just going to tap in with my BK Beauty 201 brush, and we're just going to take that in this area. And I'm looking straight ahead because I need to keep my eyes open to see if I can still see the shadow. That's a tip if you have deep set or hooded eyes. Just keep looking forward. Don't close your eyes. Just make sure that you can still see the shadow. I'm just going to do that for both eyes. I'm going to take a smaller brush, which is the BK Beauty 202. I'm taking the next shade, and I'm just going to concentrate this, keeping my eyes open, but I'm going to swirl it on the outside of my eye. I'm bringing it up because I have deep set eyes. If I'm sticking it in the crease, you're not going to see it because my crease is so far back. I already have a really deep crease, so I don't need to be emphasizing it any more than what I have. So I'm looking ahead and I'm swirling in the corner and naturally bringing it up a little bit. I'm sure it's the same with hooded eyes. Kind of just need to find a way of demonstrating that eyeshadow without it looking crazy. Because for years I used to do my makeup like other YouTubers, not really realising that I had deep set eyes, to be honest. I didn't have a clue. Just thought that I was really crap at eyeshadow, which, you know, I'm not the best. But I kind of just do what works for me, really. But what I don't want today is I don't want these matte colours taking away from the main event. So we're going to pick up the Mothership now. I'm going to take a little brush, a BK Beauty 211, and I'm going to dip into the darkest shade in the pan, which is here. But you want to be really careful because they are pigmented. I'm just going to do really lightly, bring it on the outer corner. But like I said, I don't want this to overshadow the actual shimmer. So I'm only going to tap lightly. Then I'm going to take a clean, fluffy brush and just swirl it out. So we're going for subtle mattes today, but not so subtle shimmers. So I'm just doing the same on the other eye. Going really handy. Remember, I've said this before, you can add more, but you can't always take it away. In fact, you can rarely take it away. Just for a bit of depth in the corner, that's all. And just make sure that you're blending that out. Go back in to the previous palette in the first shade that I used, and I'm just gonna go over the edges. Okay, we're gonna go in now with this shade here. We are going to apply with a finger because that way we have more control. You can see how, look at that, look at the change and the shift in the colours. And that's why I think it's a perfect Christmas / New Year colour. But you can see on there are bits of glitter and they are going to fall onto our face. But don't worry, you haven't done your face, you haven't done your under eyes, don't need to worry about that, and that's where it's going to go. And we're going to go into the middle. I just love it. I really love it. Can you see it's already fallen? But don't worry about it, we'll clean it up. Christmas is the best time of year to try something outside of your comfort zone. You know, something that you're not usually used to wearing, you're a bit too scared. Because I get it. I don't do colour. I just don't do colour. It's just me. Oh, I mean, look at that. And I never thought that I would love a colour that had that level of pigment, blue, green, pink, all at once. Like, who knew? That's not to say I haven't worn blue eyeshadow, because I lived through the noughties. I did. I was very partial to blue eyeshadow back then. We've got the eyeshadow on the main area of the eye, but we want to use something a little bit different here. So what I'm tempted to do is to go back into the Bijou Brilliance, and I really love this colour here, and I think it would match really, really nicely with what I've got on. And obviously, you do not need to be using two palettes. I'm going to take my Refa 21 flat shader brush. I'm going to dip in and I'm tapping out, and I'm going to go into the inner corner, and I think that really complements it really well. Just open up the eye a wee bit. So there we have it. Intensify it by spraying a little bit of setting spray on there, and it will definitely bring out the colour even more. You can just bring your eyeshadow brush from before and bring across some of that matte, but just be careful because that glitter gets everywhere, and what you don't want is, as you can see, look, the glitter started to move now. The shimmer started to move into the matte. And if you are watching this video and thinking, I can't wear shimmer, I'm over 40. What? Like what? No, yes you can wear shimmer. I'm wearing shimmer for as long as I want to wear shimmer, and I've had this discussion with friends before, them saying, oh, should we really wear shimmer? Does it not emphasize wrinkles and lines on the lid? I don't know, I don't think it does. Obviously it depends on the condition of your eyes, but I really think shimmer is a beautiful way to open up the eye. I just can't see a fault in it. I absolutely adore shimmer, and I'll always wear it no matter what age I am, whether I'm 41, 51, 81. If I live that long, I'm going for the shimmer and I don't care. So I am going to clean up my face from the glitter, but before I do, I'm going to quickly do my mascara. I did curl my lashes before I did my eyes, because I think if I was to curl my eyes, no, not curl my eyes. If I was to curl my lashes now, it would disturb the eyeshadow, and I don't really want to do that. So today I think I'm going to use the Chanel. This is the Volume de Chanel. I used to use this years ago, and then, you know, when you just forget about something, and I repurchased it this year, and yeah, I love it. You don't need to watch me do my mascara. I'll quickly do my mascara, and then we'll move on to the face. Now, obviously you can go in with false lashes there. I used to wear false lashes all the time, but you know what? I just can't be bothered. I just can't be bothered with the hassle. I much prefer on me just mascara. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury concealer today, and this gives us an opportunity to just clean up a bit of the eyeshadow as well. Look, I've cleaned up the glitter off the face. Just be mindful that you're going to find glitter on your face. If you're using something like that, you are going to find specks of glitter around. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because it's Christmas. You could face plant a box of glitter at this stage and go out. I don't think anybody would actually care. Now, foundation. I am unsure about what to wear today. I'm kind of torn between the House Labs. I really love this. Or the Nars Light Reflecting. The House Labs has more coverage, for sure, but I don't know if I'm feeling that today. I think I'm feeling the Nars because it feels more hydrating. I'm gonna go for that. Get the hair out of the way, because I'm an absolute nightmare for getting foundation in my hair, as you've probably seen in previous videos. This is my third purchase of this. So that's how much I love it, and I have a lot of foundations. So if I've bought it 3 times, that tells you how good it is, for me anyway. This is in the shade Patagonia. I mean, it matches me really well. It's a neutral shade. I've done a lot of work on my skin tone over the last, I'd say, couple of years, trying to find out what I am. And I think I have come to the conclusion that I'm an olive skin tone. I think some people think that because you're an olive, that you are a warm olive, but olives can be cool, they can be warm, they can be neutral leaning golden, neutral leaning cool. And I think I'm an a neutral olive leaning golden. Well, if you're an olive, I think a lot of the time you find yourself buying neutral foundations, and they're fine, but it would be nice to have some more, you know, olive tone foundations out there. But this shade, I mean, it fits me really well. That's the foundation. I just think it's so nice. It's so hydrating. It gives coverage, you know, it's really buildable. It's not heavy, and it does dry down a bit. It doesn't massively powder down, but it doesn't remain kind of super duper glowy. Oh, I really love it. So I think we're just going to use a lot of my go-to products today, my current favorites. We're going to go in with some contour, and I used my BK Beauty 101. Look at it. Look at how easy it makes it. Look at how much surface area this brush covers in one go. It's amazing. Definitely flying the flag for BK Beauty, aren't I? Going in with my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood contour wand in the shade fair to medium, and just dotting it here, and going in with my e.l.f. blending brush and just blending up. Don't need to put too much on because I will be using bronzer also, and just a bit here. I've mentioned in a previous video, but just again, I don't contour or bronzer in my temple area. And the reason for that is because as I've aged, my temples have receded, they've lost volume, which happens as you get older to some of us. When I see a lot of YouTubers putting on their bronzer and contour, they always bring it up here, so I used to do it. And then I was thinking, well, hang on a minute, why am I putting it there? Because when I'm applying a dark shade to an area, it's pushing it in, so it's making it look even more hollow than what it is already. I avoid contour and bronzer in the temple area. So next we're going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun Kissed Glow bronzer, cream bronzer. I love this, and I mean, look at the packaging. I mean, gosh, it's just Charlotte Tilbury, man, she's good. And just getting a bit of warmth on the face. So what are all your plans for the holidays? Are you staying at home? Are you seeing family? Do you find it enjoyable or stressful? A bit of both, maybe. I know I'm a bit of both, but I do love it. I just love the fact that everybody seems to be in a good mood. And I'm definitely more of a winter person than I am a summer person. I just don't do summer very well at all. You know, from wasps to hay fever to hot and sweaty. Just don't like it. I'm from the UK, but I live in Ireland. I mean, the climates are almost identical. We don't get snow, really. We maybe get snow one day a year, which always makes me so sad because I just love the snow. I really do. I lived in Calgary in Canada for a couple of years and been minus 30 some days, and I just loved it. I'm built for cold weather. Not the heat though. I'm just not a fan of the snow at Christmas. It was just so magical. If you live in a snowy place at Christmas, I'm jealous. You are so lucky. Do know that snowy winters can be really hard going. I know it's nice at Christmas time, but when you've got 6 months of severe snow and severe cold, I know it can get a bit much, but yeah, I'd love a few days of it. I'm going to go in with 2 blushes today. I'm going to go in with the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Happy. I'm going to go over it with a powder blush. Don't be shocked, I'm actually going to use a powder blush today. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that on the top of my cheeks. Rare Beauty blushes can do no wrong in my eyes. You know, when I find something I like, I just like them. I was thinking about doing a video on my favourite liquid blushes. Don't know if anybody would be interested in that. To go in with some highlights, I'm going to use the Pillow Talk highlight wand. Let's tap a bit on the cheeks, not a lot because I don't do a massive amount of highlight these days. Just be careful where you place it. You know, if you have mature skin, don't be bringing it up towards your eye or eye hollows because that's just going to highlight, you know, those hollow areas, and we don't want that. I'm actually going to go into the Bijou Brilliance again. I'm going to tap into Cosmos. I'm just going to set the blush and highlight. in the hope that it will give me a little bit more longevity through the night. And you can still see the highlight through as well. That is quite, actually, it's quite striking, isn't it? So now I'm going to go back to the eyes. So I'm going to dip into these two shades together, and I'm just going to bring it underneath my eye. And you can go in with some eyeliner here. This is the Rimmel London Scandalise 24-hour eyeliner. I'm gonna use it on the top lashes. I'm not gonna use any at the bottom. I don't really feel like I need it. Then I'm gonna go in with some mascara on the bottom lashes. I'm not going to use the Chanel on my bottom lashes because it's quite a thick brush. So I'm just gonna use my Benefit Roller Lash and just do the bottom. Now I'm going to go back to my under eyes and just make sure that I've got no creasing, and if I have, just pat it out. And I'm going to go in with the Givenchy Prisme Libre, and I'm just going to powder my hollows there, just the problematic area. Then I'm just going to take my Nars Pot Concealer, the Soft Matte Concealer, and I'm just going to conceal. I have some red broken capillaries on my nose. I don't know if anybody else has those. Oh, they're so annoying, and I really struggle to conceal them sometimes. It's really annoying. I'm just going to brighten up the inner corner, so I'm just going to go in with my Mothership and go in with this shade here. This is the lightest shade, and I think it's designed kind of for the inner corner, and I'm just going to go in near the tear duct, really. Yeah, so just brighten that up a bit. Lastly, we're going to do the lips. So I'm just going to take the Love Triangle lip liner from e.l.f. and this is in the shade Mauve. Now you can go in with a red lip now if you want. You can absolutely have a red lip with this look, but I'm going to go in with a relatively toned down lip, just because I want my eyes to be the focus today. Then I'm going to take the e.l.f. lipstick. I think these are satin lipsticks, and this is in the shade Dirty Talk. And it's just, it really is a perfect nude. I think it matches with the eyes really well. And then I'm going to finish off with the Vieve Lip Dew. So it's kind of, I guess it is a lip gloss. It's really lovely. My friend bought me this for my birthday and it's so comfortable on the lips. So I'm just gonna finish off. I'm going to finish off now with my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Make sure your mascara is dry. So there we have it, my go-to Christmas/New Year party season glam look. I really enjoy doing this. I really enjoy pushing myself out of my comfort zone and popping on an eyeshadow that I wouldn't ordinarily wear. I think there's no better season for it. So if you are a little bit of a colour phobe like me, maybe this is your opportunity to branch out a little bit and try something new, because believe me, you will not regret it. Thanks again for joining me for another video. I really appreciate you being here. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the next video, but until then, take care and bye for now.